Hey everyone, welcome to episode 69 of Secret Sauce, the Restaurant Marketing Podcast, day 2 of the 7-day Restaurant Marketing Challenge. Now, this one's going to be exciting. What I would like you to do is to come up with a special menu item. Now, this will be an item that you can do probably for a week. See what it is that you can do. It might be only for a couple of days. It might be something that you got from the market today. It might be something that you're planning on putting into a new menu. You might be coming into a new season. You might have something that you want to play with there. This is the opportunity to see how successful that is, whether people are going to like it. Have a listen to maybe something from our innovation and creativity episodes. You might want to come up with a little bit of combining some techniques or combining some ingredients. Or you might just want to try something that you haven't tried before. You might have a recipe that's been sitting there for a while. What is it that you've got? What I'd really like you to do is to come up with something a little bit different, a different way of presenting it, a different way of preparing it, or different menu items. Put all of that together and come up with an item for the menu. Now, there's a couple of things with this. One, it will be costed, won't it? You're going to have at least a rough idea of how much it costs to produce this. So you're going to be thinking of all of the things about, the spoilage rate and the individual components of it. You'll also think of the time cost. So you don't want to be having something that's going to take 25 minutes on a single burner when you've only got a 4-burner kitchen. That's tying up a quarter of your kitchen, a quarter of your throughput for anything that's going over that needs a burner. You only need to have 4 people order that, and then you don't have any burners left. So that would be bad. Or, you're going to charge a premium for it. So you want to make sure that it's costed. And the last thing, and I know some people are going to go, do we have to? You want to make it look good. We're talking about the Instagram photo here, people. We want this to be something that people are going to look at and go, wow, have a look at that. That's really amazing. Now, this is not rocket science, and we're not talking about fireworks coming out of it and all of that sort of stuff. We're just talking about something simple. And it can be just as simple as just the way that you prepare it. And whenever I talk to restaurant owners about this, I always go back to the Thai restaurant that I went to. I don't even remember the name of it now, which I know is a bit shocking. But we had a lamb shank musaman curry, and the roti came out, and it was like a teepee. So it was a round roti, and it had been formed in a teepee. And I thought, wow, I haven't seen presentation like that. And maybe I don't get out a lot. Maybe I don't see that sort of thing that often. But the people next door to me, sitting at the table next to me, they reached across in front of me and took a photo of my meal. And I thought, wow, this is the exact kind of response that you want to be getting from a customer. They're actually got people from another table coming and taking a photo of it. That's really cool. And look, all it was a interesting way of presenting the roti. It's not an amazing piece of culinary work, just a very simple way of presenting something a little bit different so that it was a lot more pictorial. Now, if you don't have the resources to do that, maybe things aren't that tight between you and the kitchen, or you don't have any ideas whatsoever, come up with something that's a little bit different. I want something that is out of the norm of your normal operations of the restaurant. What we want to do is start to getting you to test about what it is that the market wants. So we're going to try something a little bit different, a little bit special. Is it a new wine from your wine distributor? Is it a new cocktail that your bartender is going to come up with? Is it a new ingredient that one of your suppliers is providing you? You may be a live entertainment restaurant. You might have someone coming in on a Friday night that's a little bit out of the ordinary. Something new, something different. Come up with something. If you can't, then what about an event that you might hold? And I know a lot of people get freaked out about events. What if no one comes along? One of the things that you can do in that case is to have it as a Facebook-only special and make it as a sort of a dark event, as in not everyone who turns up is going to know that it is happening. Now, if you're a Mexican restaurant and you're going to have a Mexican singer in, then everyone knows that event is on, particularly if you're doing a cover charge. So some restaurants will do a cover charge, and a lot of Indians will do that. They might have a Bollywood night and they'll charge a cover charge for it. Now, people are going to know that your event failed if no one turns up. So what you can do is have a little bit of a special or an offer. So mention this Facebook ad and we will give you a free entree. Now we're talking about discounting, and this is why we've come up with all of the other things that we can do. And if you can't do any of those things, then we might want to look at some sort of discounting. And even then, we're not really discounting. What we want to do is we want to find something that's of really high value and give it away. So you might have an entree that is on the menu, $15, $20. You might give that away, and it only costs you $3 or $4 to prepare. That would be the kind of thing that you may want to give away because it's $20 worth of value, and that's what the customer's going to see. For you, you see the actual cost of it going out the door. So it's actually a much less of a hit, and it may actually bring more customers in. So come up with something, some sort of concept that you're going to be able to post up on Facebook. This is where we're going with this. So have a think about it, thinking caps on. I think there's plenty of opportunity out there to come up with something, whether it's a recipe that you haven't tried, an old favorite that hasn't been on the menu for a while, or a little bit of food combining. And we talked a while ago, which a few restaurants, I've never actually tasted it, but a few restaurants talked to me about it, and that was the butter chicken dumpling. Now, might be a little bit of fiddling around with that. Look, the good thing with the 7-day challenge is if it takes you a couple of days to sort this out, that's fine. But yeah, a butter chicken dumpling. And you know, the really interesting thing about this is if you put it up on Facebook and you get no response whatsoever, you could actually say, well, I'm not going to actually do that because there was no interest in it. If you haven't come up with the process for making that, that's fine. You haven't wasted any time on it. And I know that there are some restaurants out there who actually use Facebook as a way of determining what they're going to put on the menu before they've come up with what they're going to put on the menu. So they don't do the recipe, they don't cost it out, they don't do any of that process. They put it on Facebook, and that is the thing that determines it. But what we actually want to go the other way. We want to come up with something that you can actually take a photo of. So you will need to do a little bit of product engineering with that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For the next podcast, hopefully you will have something ready to go, ready to take a photo of. You have an outstanding day. Bye.
Want more customers for your restaurant, cafe or takeout? Every month, our marketing tools and information are used by thousands of restaurant owners just like you to help them find more customers and turn them into repeat customers. All of our tools and information is designed specifically for restaurant owners. We know you don't have a lot of time to spend marketing or learning complicated procedures, so our tools are quick and easy to use. If you're looking to increase your revenue and profits or want to work less hours, check out marketingforrestaurants.com.